What's up, everyone? This is the Fraser podcast with Jared Quay, who looks like his brother identically. He shaved his beard and is giving off less intimidation vibes, but still looks handsome, but also Kalshi Campbell's twin brother.
I do look like Clarence right now. I hated it. I shaved my face, and the thing is, you have a beard, you don't know if you're gonna be fat underneath the beard, and it turns out I'm a little fatter in the face than I thought I was. So I do look like, hey,
I didn't want to say it.
Hey, Cardinals on three, baby. Hey, yeah, man. What we doing here, man? We got a lot of potential. I think that potential Hall of Famers on all them little guys. I don't want to be Clarence. I don't want to be.
I feel like this should be like a man like on a website where you should know, hey, just look out. If you shave your beard, you might get a little bit different in the face.
One of those Snapchat filters that show you what you look like without a beard to remind you, like, keep this shit.
If Shannon Sharpe and Calais had sex, you'd look like you'd be their child.
Bro, don't roast me like this. First of all, you got a butt chin too. We got two butt chins. If we both go like this, it look like a Megan Thee Stallion video.
I wasn't even thinking about Shannon Sharpe, but all-time bag fumbles ever, Shannon Sharpe. And I was thinking of like, is there a list of all-time bag fumblers?
I already got offered like $100 million for Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharpe got enough money to pay to have as much BDSM sex with white women for the rest of his life.
But he lost his $50 million, but he also got fired from ESPN. So that's kind of like, as a kid, you grew up I guess he already achieved what you want to do as a kid, like be in the NFL. But after that, being on ESPN is like a pretty cool goal, and he lost all of that.
I think he should take the accuser and put her on Club Shay Shay, like let her do a one-on-one interview.
I don't even know what Club Shay Shay is. I'm so out of touch with life. What is it?
All right, Shannon Sharpe sits there in some kind of cigar loungers looking room, and he talks to comedians like Kevin Hart, and Cat Williams went viral, and he just learns a bunch of crazy things about the industry. It's huge. Huh. Yeah, that's where our color barrier hits. I didn't know you didn't know Club Shay Shay.
No, not bad. I was thinking like all-time bag fumblers. Can you think of any? Like, for instance, Bill Clinton would be a great one.
No, the biggest bag fumbler of all time is people you don't know name. So the guy who had Beyonce before, he cheated on Beyonce in high school and he lost her. There'll never be a bigger fumble in life. He would be sitting in, private jets for the rest of his life with one of the finest women to ever live. And now his ass works at Quick Trip. You got to go to rehab after losing Beyonce. I don't know. That's just what the rules is.
I hope he like parlays it into like next level, like still has hot women, because you can be like, oh yeah, I was dating Beyonce, and how people are like, oh my god, you must have like an enormous cock, or like you must be the funniest person on earth.
Well, Beyonce, like stars aren't gonna be stars anymore like that because of the internet. There's not gonna be another like everybody knows this person. Like, who's the biggest star right now? Taylor Swift, and she's like 35. Name me a big time star under 25.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, because like I don't even keep up with these people, but like the Kai Cenats of the world is like you said, they're just online people. They're not like actual Taylor Swifts, Beyonce's.
Yeah, they got some K-pop stars though. I don't know their names, but there's a couple. Them K-pop, the women and the men look both fine because the men look real feminine. So they be like, damn, who that is? That look like a bad K-pop bitch. And they be like, nah, that's Sungju. That's a man. You're like, oh, my bad.
I need to get into K-pop. I'm not in that enough. All right. Gilbert, keep it on sports. Gilbert Arenas arrest. He's like, what's her name? Molly's game, but it's Gilbert Arenas' game. It's incredible.
He handles it well. I've never seen somebody handle everything that hands him and it just slides off him. He posted this morning how he's out and he was like, I'm snitching on everybody. I just rented out my place. Had nothing to do with me. And I was like, this is funny. It's a way to go with it, At the end of the day, I want to see him snitching. I want to see him pointing people like that picture on the steel like that.
I mean, if Trump can do it, he can do it, right?
The Trump snitch? Trump don't seem like he was snitch. That's not Trump. Got the bro code with Trump. I don't like Trump, but the bro code with him is solid. The nigga deny. What the fuck you mean I'm on Epstein list? Ain't no fucking Epstein list.
Gilbert Arenas and Nick Young are my two favorite. Like, they're not lesser known, but like non-superstar. Like they are in like one of my favorite basketball players of all time list.
Because it fits Gilbert Arenas, right? Like, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. Didn't he pull a gun out on one of his teammates in the locker room?
Yeah.
Does running a legal gambling ring seem like that's out of the picture?
Did you see the documentary on it? The guy that he pulled the gun out of, like, ended up, it just spiraled his career. He ended up like going into like a little bit of gang stuff with old people in his like where he grew up with, and then he went to jail for like 10 years, and like his whole life was ruined because of it. But Arenas is like giving him money since he got out of jail and helping get back on his feet, and he's kind of Javaris Crittenden.
Oh, that's his name. Damn, that's a super black name right there. Now
Yeah.
Gilbert Arenas shot him with an unlucky bullet. You ever do that? Sometimes you don't got to shoot a real motherfucker. You just shoot him with a pop pop. Now you got 10 years of bad luck, and shit bad to be falling down for you. Lose all your parlays. You get arrested.
In white people, you just like break a mirror, you get bad luck. But I guess you do a fake pop pop.
Nah, that shit don't count. Either Tom Brady has to deal with the devil, because I've seen Tom Brady. He did every negative stereotype. He broke glass. He walked under ladders. Motherfucker was doing all this shit, and then he won a Super Bowl afterwards. So either Tom Brady is proved that luck is not real, or he has to deal with the devil.
That's fair. You mentioned the Epstein list. I got a little bit of Kalshi Korner, my favorite bets of the week. But one is you can bet who will be on the Epstein list, and you can say yes or no. Who are some names that come to mind that you think would be on this list of people you would bet on that would be on the Epstein list?
You want me like my real pictures, or like things I think would be funny?
Both.
All right. Like honestly, anybody that's a billionaire is on the Epstein list. That's a billionaire that's over the age of 50. You would imagine that Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. But from a hilarious standpoint, I would love to see Flavor Flav out there with a bunch of 15-year-old white bitches like it's a music video.
Oh my god! I think he already does that. He just is not on the Epstein Island.
Nah, I don't think. To be honest with you, Epstein seemed like it was a little bit more. They wasn't letting real niggas in. They was. You did that, it turned into a barbecue cookout. They were doing electric slide. It wasn't that kind of party, man. They were letting mega celebrities, the Diddy's and the 50 Cents. Flavor Flav is another level of blackness. When you invite Flavor Flav to an event, that now turns into this is a fucking function. This is not an elite party. This is a function. Flav don't wear no suit. He wears a suit. It's a pimp suit.
The betting favorite, you got number 3. The betting favorite is Bill Clinton, obviously. Prince Andrew, who's in like that picture, the infamous picture. Bill Gates, you got him. Number 3, he's third on the list for Alan Dershowitz. One of the funniest one that you could have been the funniest, but that would have been hard to guess. Number 10 on the list? No, number 7 on the list. Stephen Hawking.
Damn. Motherfucker out there typing them bitches that freaky shit. Take your clothes off. Twerk that ass, bitch. Throw that shit in a circle. You blacked out.
Terrible, but yeah. It's like he's on the list. Kalshi put on the list, so they can't expect. That's crazy though. Kevin Spacey. What happened to him? He was like grooming young
Kevin
girls.
Spacey like men. Was that party? Was it like was it?
Maybe. I mean, maybe he doesn't know.
Nobody cares about underage men. It's only about the underage women they're mad.
Another surprising one is Tom Hanks.
I was fucking.
Yeah. And then Martha Stewart, 8% chance. You can bet on her.
Damn. I feel like Martha Stewart's a gang member outside of her public persona. I feel like she'd be at home smoking weed, hanging people up, and she was like, your insider trader tips are wrong, motherfucker. Hey, 3 lashes on this motherfucker. And then people beat
have you seen, I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to see it, is the new Mission Impossible. But then it got me thinking, like, Tom Cruise has like a historic dating record. So he's dating Ana de Armas, who I think is top 3 most beautiful woman in the world right now. Dated Penelope Cruz, Katie Holmes in her prime, Nicole Kidman in her prime, Shakira, Sofia Vergara, Heather Locklear in her prime was underrated. She was like a top 3 for like a few years back then. And
sounds to me like he has a beard better than the one I used to have.
Yeah. Tom Cruise has it. He's like into the Scientology stuff. He must be.
I mean, it's kind of like I can't say it's factual, but it's like a kind of known secret that Tom Cruise likes you more than he likes the woman you're talking about.
Really?
You didn't know that?
With the most beautiful woman on earth, he's just hiding it through them?
Isn't that the best way? Have you never experienced where there's a gay dude with all the finest women just dancing and you're like, hey, that gay dude got the rids. And it's just no, they don't think of him as a threat. That's why.
I guess. I mean, he is very short, so I mean, I don't know if that.
No, he's literally so short. This is the crazy part. People don't rush here. In Hollywood, they have secret sets that make him look taller. So they'll have a regular door for regular people to walk out, and then they have another door that's smaller so that he walks out. He looks like he's like 6'5", and he's really like 5'4", 5'5".
Does he wear lifts like Mickey from Seinfeld?
Ah. I don't know, but Tom Cruise, I will say, is one of the dopest actors because he does his own skits. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing. That's what makes it like. But I feel like it's even that's a little bit more like propaganda, the media playing it off because it's like he's never gonna, nobody's like, oh shit, Tom Cruise died on set. They're not gonna let that happen.
I don't know. That motorcycle thing he did was insane. He did it like 70 times. He's definitely getting he has more chances of dying than you or me. That's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds to me like you don't think he's on the Epstein list.
He might be on the Epstein list, but now that he's gay, I guess he might not be.
Can I pivot real quick?
Yeah.
All right. I just started taking creatine. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Creatine to me is like fucking steroids. I don't know why. I'm like, my weight's, I'm lifting fucking heavy shit. I'm not tired. My brain works better. I'm getting bitches easier. I don't know. I need to start a creatine company. A creatine is the move. You got to drink a lot of water, though. Else you'll be cramping up. So I've been drinking a lot of water. Got to pee about 40 times. But all in all, this episode is sponsored by whatever creatine you can get your hands on because that shit makes you fucking superhuman. My brain is flying. I'm good right now. I ain't even muscle. What?
I didn't know it helped with like your brain. I thought it was just more of like muscle mass gain.
Hear me out. They did a study where a dude was sleep deprived. He went 24 hours without sleeping at all. They gave him 5 grams of creatine, and his brain started to function, even the ways they scanned, as if he had had 8 hours of sleep. Creatine makes your brain.
Did you see like Ozempic? There's a secondary benefit they had no idea about, but it actually helps with your dementia. Like it doesn't cure dementia, but it's like a huge dementia helper, I guess, or like not
Really?
full cure, but partial cure.
I feel like they've been trying to give a bunch of bad things. Like they've been trying to stop people taking Ozempic. They're like, Ozempic make you look old. Ozempic make you work. Birth control don't work. Like anything to make a normal person be like, wait a minute. And I think that's propaganda just because they don't want people taking all the diabetes medicine. But I done seen some, Ozempic did some light. I done seen a couple people. I'm like, damn. I thought about it myself. I ain't gonna lie to you. I said, damn. But then a part of me was like, nah, bro. That's the bitch way out. You got to do it with fucking weights and struggle. You can't be out here just poking yourself and looking with abs. You can't have abs and poke yourself.
Yeah, I feel like there's like some people out in the world who maybe need it, but I definitely don't want to put in like a food inhibitor in my body. It's not for me, but maybe it's for some people.
It's kind of so similar to steroids, right? Like in steroids, you walk in the bathroom and see some big muscle guy shooting his ass. Ozempic, you walk in the bathroom and just, oh shit.
And like a lot of people take what's it called? Testosterone shots. That's a huge thing for men nowadays.
That's big. And so me being transparent on the Fraser LeVay podcast because I'm open with y'all and I love everybody who watches this show. I love you if you know that. I don't do that, but I was told somebody was like, "Yo, you might want to get on this, man, because my T levels ain't what they should be, man." He said my T levels ain't what they should be, man. That shit hurt my heart hearing that, man. I almost wanted to fight somebody, but I heard that's low testosterone is when you be emotional and want to fight.
I feel like I always wonder, like I don't trust the medical world, so I feel like there is just another thing that's going to try and trick you, like, oh, your T levels aren't perfect. Instead of eating more of XYZ or getting more exercise or whatever, they're like, oh, take this shot, and it's just always the easy way out, and then you make more money instead of curing what could help you out naturally. It's just like, no, take this shot. It's the easy way out. I know tons of people do it though, and they love it, but there's a bunch of side effects like hair loss on your head, but hair growth on your body. And I have a great head of hair for my age, and I have no body hair, and I feel like that's like the opposite of what I'd want to do.
That's what you want, yeah. Hairy bodies are disgusting. You ever be at the beach and see an Armenian or like a Middle Eastern guy, and it's like back hair to the roof? You're like, yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But also they're just trying to sell you what you already have. Isn't that crazy? That's what the whole propaganda of like pharma is. Is like, oh, this will make your teeth strong. Take this pill. This will make it. And you're like, damn, man, I was just eat healthy and you don't have to worry about none of that.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we should get into the reason we're doing this podcast, among other things, but fantasy football sleepers. we got off track about all our exciting topics. It's only a month away. Fantasy football draft. I mean, our draft is what? A month, just over a month away. The season starts in a month, 5 weeks. It's
Yeah.
time. It's ramping up.
I don't want to talk about football yet. Why are you trying to rush me into football, man? That's all we talk about is football. I feel like as men, we should talk about things that women don't expect us to talk about. I got a good topic.
Okay.
Should I or should I not go to? I have a friend. In college, we used to hook up. Her husband don't know that. Should I go to her wedding? She want me to go to her wedding.
Yeah. I mean, it's her wedding, right?
Have you been to a wedding with somebody that you hooked up with?
I'll take the 5th. I'm not sure.
Damn, why am I snitching? I feel like now you're going to invite me to the party. It's Jared breaking the bro code. I thought you would give me more. You didn't give me shit, bro. Delete that part. Edit it out. Fine. Let's talk about sports. Macho man shit. No wedding conversation.
Well, football, we're doing fantasy football busts. We're doing sleepers and league winners. So like busts, people, that's easy. Sleepers is tough because like there's really deep sleepers that guys you've maybe never heard of. We're just doing like people who are gonna highly achieve over their ADP. So a sleeper can be in the 4th round or the 8th round if you think they're gonna go 4 rounds earlier.
What if if we pick the same sleepers, does that mean that we're sleeping together?
I hope so. I think so.
Yeah, when you hope so, it makes it weird. Yeah, go ahead. It's just weird.
And then league winners are like people in like round 2, round 3, round 4 that you think should have gone round 1, and they're going to be like, those are always the people that win you the championship. Like some guy you get at good value and just ends up number 1. Like a league winner. I guess he was a deep sleeper, but quarterback for the Commanders. He would have been
Jaden Daniels. Yeah. I mean, isn't Saquon? I feel like everybody who won last year had Saquon on the lineup. If you didn't have
Saquon would have been league winner. All right.
But I don't feel comfortable doing this with you because I'm in a fantasy league with you and we're going to draft. And now you know my picks. And I'm like, Jesus, just for the podcast entertainment, just to give it to other people, I got to sacrifice my own fantasy season.
So this is why, like, maybe you put in like one mole in there that just throws people off.
There we go.
But I never know who's the right one and who isn't.
Yeah.
So like
DeMarco Murray's going to get signed back and he's going to start running and he's going to be fucking 1,000-yard season for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
No, can we talk about before we get into this? I just want to say this. People are starting their leagues. I found there's multiple fun ways to start leagues. So I'm asking everybody watching this, have a second league that you can do fun shit. Last year, we did a league where whoever had the least amount of points had to release all their players. And then it just revamped. So you budget it so people couldn't budget to get them. That was really fun. I saw another league where they were like, they only count the points if the team won. So therefore, you have to have a different strategy. So you just don't want to get everybody from the Giants because if they don't win games, you don't get points. And like the Brock Bowers is rendered useless. Any other leagues you think people should try that'd be fun?
I think the Guillotine League is by far one of the greatest inventions. You've mentioned that ever. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that one.
What about winning?
Playoff fantasy football is my favorite because playoff fantasy football, like the main league that they have is you pick your team for the whole playoffs. You only pick 2 or 3 players per team. I think just 2, maybe 3. But once they lose, they're out. But you've also got, like, let's say, for instance, Patrick Mahomes had a bye the first week. So it's like, do you think, so you lose a game with him out the gates, but then if you think he's going to win the Super Bowl, then he's still got more games. So it's there's so many thoughts. So, you kind of have to predict the Super Bowl and who's going to win each game and who's the best fantasy player.
That's what I like doing. It's drafting, not like, oh, this guy's going to kill it. But you got to think, like, if this happens and this happens and this happens, this is the best pick for number 3.
And I even called it, like, I told my brother Blaze, I was like, I'm winning this, like, hands down. I saw what it laid out. I'm like, I'm literally winning. I was on top the entire playoffs. And then Xavier Worthy, 4 people had him, and he fucking went off in the Super Bowl in, like, garbage time. And I lost. And I was supposed to, and it was like $1,000, I think, to win or more.
Wow.
I had it. I knew 100% my team was outrageously good, and then busted. Anyways, and it was like 100 people in the league. I was on fire last year in fantasy. Back. Bus. You want to go first, or you want me to?
I thought we were doing sleepers first, so we could sleep together.
Okay, yeah, we can do sleepers first. Let me get to my sleepers. All right, do you want to go first or me?
I'll go first. All right, and I'm hating that I'm giving this just not a modus real. I think Xavier Legette is going to go off this year. If you
Hmm.
watch the Panthers at the end of last year, Bryce Young really came alive. They have a shitty schedule. They play against teams that aren't very great, but I feel like they were putting up 22 points at the end of last year. Legette was the number one clear. I know they just got McMillan with the 9th overall pick, but I think Xavier Legette's going to take that next step to being a definitely like strong stud receiver tier. And he's draft ADP is like 73 now, which is like 4th, 5th round, 6th round. So yeah.
Interesting, because a lot of people have Tedron McMillan as the big dog in Carolina. So I mean, I like
He's a
Zay.
rookie.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, and I mean, Leggett what was he like? Top 17, top 20 draft pick, wasn't
He's a first round pick for sure.
he? Yeah. Mine isn't like yours is a deeper sleeper than mine, but mine's only a sleeper because he's going QB 18 right now. CJ Stroud. In 2 years ago, he was QB 11. And last year, his offensive line, he was a shell of himself. Like, I remember watching him, like, what happened? It was almost like he was in Space Jam and they took all his powers. He looked so terrible. He didn't trust his offensive line. He was just like throwing and ducking. Terrible. He lost. Nico Collins was out for a third of the games.
He
Joe
lost
Mixon was
7
out for a bunch of
games.
games. Tank Dell was knocked out that season. I assume dealing with Stephon Diggs isn't the picnic.
Yeah.
And now I think they drafted 2 solid-ish receivers, and yeah, and they have a really easy schedule. I also think, spoiler alert, Collins is going to be on my league winners later. I think he's incredible. So CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like he peaked so well his rookie year that people think that like that's his norm. And I almost feel like he's gonna regress for a couple of years as he regressed last year. And so I almost feel like maybe me on different points. If you go ahead and bid him up, I might push him up a couple of dollars just to see how much you really want him. But
But then what do you think about Dan? Because I had the same thought. Well, Daniels regress. Right now he's going QB3.
all right, so hear me out. I'm in Arizona. I remember watching Jalen Daniels as an Arizona State quarterback, putting money on him and him not being able to cover. And I was like, dude's not it. And then ever since he went to LSU and was fucking killing it. Then he went to the Commanders and killing it. But in my head, I'm like, this dude's not it. And every time I bet against him, he's like, it's almost like he takes it personal. He's like, oh, you bet against me? Watch this. It's like Cam Newton. Oh, yeah, you were watching film. Watch this. And I'm just like, yo, fuck Jalen Daniels because he's so good. So I learned my lesson. Don't bet against Brady. Don't bet against Jalen Daniels.
Jaden Daniels was my like kryptonite last year. I used him as a what do you call it? The bet where an anchor bet. So he was in a ton. Him and the Commanders were in a ton of my parlays for like futures, and then they just killed it and they ruined. I would have made out like a hit 80% of my bets if it wasn't for the Commanders and Jaden Daniels. So
Yeah.
I respect him now. But I wonder if he's going to regress because right now he's going QB3, which is insane. And I mean, CJ Stroud, I think, was going like QB5 last year. So I'll be interested to see if, teams will game plan a bit better for him and that sort of thing. And they'll have a harder schedule this year, of course. Last year they had an easier schedule. Yeah. My number 2 sleeper,
Yep.
Caleb Johnson, Steelers running back.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be the second best and maybe even the best running back from the rookie class behind Ginty. Yeah, I'm wearing Hampton is going ahead of him. RJ Harvey's going ahead of him. I think he's going to jump both those people. He's in a perfect spot for his skill set. Like they run a zone scheme, which is perfect for him in Pittsburgh. And what's his name? Jalen Warren. They've tried to give him the keys multiple times, and he's never ever taken it and driven. So I think we know what Warren is. He's a nice third down running back, a good complementary piece. He's not the dude. And last year Johnson had second. He was second in the most runs of 20 yards or more behind Ashton Ginty. So I think he's going to be huge. He was a Big Ten running back of the year. The Big Ten obviously has some great defenses and hard place to run the ball. So I'm on Caleb Johnson.
All right. Little insider information here. I was working out with Caleb Johnson. He came and played Danny Ball with us. That's the game we play with the gym that we work out at. We play with a medicine ball. It's like 10 pounds, and you got to throw it over the fence. You can't bobble it. And the buddy's an athlete. but he's a freak. He was usually when people's first time, I could beat him because I'm fucking just. But he was getting on the ball. I was like, damn, this motherfucker's an athlete. So he might be right, but I still think you're wrong on Jaylen Warren. I think Jaylen Warren has always been a two-back because they had Najee Harris. I think now he gets to get in the premier place. I think he does run the ball well. He's a third down catching back. And I just feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to want to throw the ball more than he runs it. They're not going to be a run-heavy team. Jaylen Warren is it. But Caleb Johnson he's him.
Out of the people, I remember Clay said there's one person, which is very ironic, but who's like the most of the people you've worked out with, who's the craziest? You've been like, holy shit, that surprised you the most? Or is like, oh my God, this person's superhuman?
Demo. David Montgomery he works out twice a day. This motherfucker doesn't get tired. He's really fucking good. And he's kind of crazy. Like you ever meet somebody that's really friendly? Like he's never been nothing but friendly, but you can tell there's like a twitch where you're like, there's something you could say one day on accident that you don't realize, and he just starts fucking hitting a dumbbell and hitting you in the head. That's what I'm like. I walk on eggshells with Demo. I'm like, this motherfucker might kill me.
I remember Clay is the weirdest one. He said the best athlete he's worked out with, this was like 7 years ago, but Paul George was his, which is very random. Yeah. He said it. I mean,
Clarence likes everybody. You ask Clarence how you feel about it. He ain't gonna be like, that motherfucker trash. He be like, yeah, man, that motherfucker actually really good. I'm not a Paul George hater, but I will say Paul George is not. He's much more hyped up. What's the little picture you see where they're like, it's like, what is athlete is this? And it's like somebody that's real hyped up, but they really play like they're bad. Paul George to me will make your team worse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a liker of Paul George. That's why I found it incredible. He said he was one of the best athletes he's worked out with.
Yeah, no, David Montgomery is much more, I think, of a that motherfucker earns everything he gets. He ran over 7 people, 7 grown men. You seen that play last year?
Yeah.
Men with child support payments and car mortgages on houses, men that need that job, he ran them over. This wasn't like it was kids or, people working at Walmart. These are grown men that lift weights every day. And he just, boom, get off me. And that's because he earned it. I seen the man work. He earns it, bro.
So do you think, I never know how to draft the Detroit backfield. It's such a tough one because they both split carries.
But that's the skill.
Top 1 running back in some drafts.
Who?
Jahmyr Gibbs is like going like, top 1, top 2 overall. It's crazy.
I mean, they both almost go. They both won over 1,000 last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they both did incredible.
Yeah, shit. At the end of the day, if it's there, it's there. All right, you ready for my next sleeper?
Yeah.
And you're not gonna like this, but I figured this is just my season. Anthony Richardson. All right, people are sleeping on him because, yes, he hasn't played great. Daniel Jones is there. He's injured right now, so Daniel Jones may be the starter for the first 2 weeks of the year. But I think this is the motivation. Keep in mind, the guy just turned like 23. He's just the age of some of these guys now. Some of these rookies, he's the same age as them.
I think he's the same age as Ward, right?
What?
I think he's the same age as Cam Ward. Yeah.
He has the raw potential. And if you saw Bryce Young last year, after being benched, it makes you motivate and lock in. Because sometimes being drafted 3rd overall, you think you made it, you pat yourself on the back, you out there having fun. And then you get to a point where you're getting benched, you're like, my career might end. He's locked in. He's watching film. He's talking to veterans and working out with them. And I think after he gets an opportunity to go in the game, they have the talent around him that I think Anthony Richardson could take that step where he, rushes for 800 yards, throws for 3,500, has 25 passing touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns, could win you your league.
I'm not against it. There's so many. I was looking through the list. There's so many people like him. Tua is another one who I don't like, but now they're so bottom of the barrel. It's almost like even like a Jalen Waddle and others. They're so before these guys. Like Richardson was going top 3, top 5 last year for QBs, and Tua was going top 10. Like all this stuff. Now they're so undervalued. It's like you can literally get Anthony Richardson with your last pick in the draft. So, I mean, do you want him or do you want some guy is going to get you minimal points? At least his ceiling could be something crazy. So I'm not against it now that he's crazy bottom dollar. I didn't like it when he was.
A sleeper is? Isn't this the definition of a sleeper? Somebody
I'm not against it. I think it's a good pick if you get him for $1 or as like one of the last rounds of the draft, like just snag him just in case. I'm here for it. I'm with you. Justin Fields. He's going QB 15, and I think he'll be top 8 this year. It's not a huge sleeper. let me get into a deeper sleeper. Cedric Tillman.
Hmm.
I love Cedric Tillman. He played at Tennessee. He has like Tennessee records for a season of yards and all these other things. And he did it against big teams. Against Alabama, I think he had something like 170 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns. He's the perfect wide receiver size, speed. I think he was a 3rd-round draft pick. He was also a 3-time honor roll student, I found out, which, I mean, so he's smart as hell. I think his only kiss of death is at quarterback play. So, I mean, that's really...
Can you study when you like do like research on these guys? Can you see like the last 5 women that have claimed to have slept with them? And I think the better the women are, the better they're gonna be as an athlete because they get things. You know, shit just comes to them. If you can catch a bad bitch, you can catch a football.
Like confidence. You got the confidence. You got the riz, as the kids say.
Yeah, that's what can they make that a stat? It's like
Riz.
average. No, the side that like the 1 through 10, a woman that if you getting like that, his average woman is a 9.2. You're gonna be a good football player if your average is 9.2.
I think like that should be on the Madden rating, right? Like that should be a thing. Like, what's your bad bitches rating? And you get like between 100.
You know what's crazy? When I was in college and like pros and like young, I was up there. I was doing pretty well for myself. And as I've gotten older, I felt like that average is going down. I'm like a 6.9. No. Got to get a couple times and get my rating back up.
Gotta get it back up. I watch it. Have you watched Quarterback yet? Like the Netflix show?
I don't watch shit like that, man. The TV's. If I'm gonna watch TV, it's gonna be a sci-fi show.
Yeah. I can't stand like the parts where the wives talk about football. It's just like, oh my god, he threw the ball. Oh my god. I'm like, fuck. Like, can we stop? Like,
do they interview side chicks? I feel like that'd be a good show. And they're like, his wife thinks this, but his mistress. Because mistress feel like they give you pointers. I was watching your foot. You ain't reading the third field. You going to your fucking check now too fast. If you hold the ball a little more and have patience in the pocket, your ass might be able to make some completion.
Yeah, I agree. That would spice up the show. This one's been pretty boring.
Just Matt Stafford's wife talking shit. They're not giving him the time. No, I don't want to see this shit. I want your side bitch. I want the bitch that really knows football.
Like Ant was on the starting 5, and he was the only entertaining. LeBron actually was pretty entertaining and interesting, but like what's his name in Boston was absolutely horrendous to watch. So I think they need like Ant's the only one who can have a Netflix show and just do all the shit he does, like all the porn stars, OnlyFans stuff. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm walking to the bank right now. I got to send a wire to this woman to get this abortion. Thing is, kids, if you're watching this, make sure you get you a condom because this wire is just pretty trash. You know, they charge you $15 to send a wire and to receive it.
And it won't hurt his like stock. It's not like he's like SGA or like all these guys or LeBron who have to kind of keep this proper stature. He's like already embraced that he's just does whatever the fuck he wants.
You ever hear the Andre Karolinko story about women? You know this one?
No.
All right, Andrew. So on the road, a lot of women perceive that their husband is cheating because they're on the road, 48 nights, 80 nights a year. And so she made him a deal. She was like, look, I'm going to give you 3 women. 3 women only. If you have any sex with more than 3 women, I'm divorcing your ass. And so he apparently, this is how the myth goes. The road game started and he was like, since he only got 3, he was like, nah, I'm going to pass on this one. I'm going to pass this one. This ain't one of my 3. And then the middle of the season came and he was like, damn, I passed up on better ones than this one. So like, why would I do it now? And he got to the end of the year. He was like, yo, man, it's like 5 games left. Do I really have to cheat? And he ended up not cheating at all because he had 3. And so, yeah, I think that's the way that we should start doing. I feel like women should give their husband a hall pass and then he probably ain't going to do anything.
I was hoping that the story was going to be like he picked us 3 and like one was like his sister, one was her sister, one was like the nanny, like her mother.
Yeah, I fucked your mom with my 3. It's disgusting.
That would be the best. That's the story I wanted, not some wholesome bullshit that you come at me with.
Mm-hmm. Are we on bus now?
No, I still. Are you done with I'll just list a few sleepers I got then.
Okay.
Or do you got any more?
I don't want to give it away because I don't want you taking my people.
I'm not going to. Trust me, with how terrible your fantasy season was last year, I'm not taking any of your picks.
What do you mean? I'm always in the playoffs. It was like 1 year I had a bad season. That's because I didn't care much. I was too busy gambling. I didn't have time to be focusing on who's going to do good in fantasy. Which one of these motherfuckers I'm covering the spread?
I got Dalton Kincaid. He's tight end 15 right now. Same thing as he was going top 4, top 5 last year. Now he's down to tight end 15. I think he'll be tight end 6 or better. I also think James Cook won't steal as many touchdowns. Like last year, he had the league lead in touchdowns, right? That's not going to happen again. So Justin Fields, I think he's going to be incredible. I think I mentioned that. Jacoby Myers, he was wide receiver 19 PPR last year.
Let me give you defense. All right, Justin Fields can't read a defense.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to for fantasy wise.
Yes, he's gonna get benched. He's gonna. If you can't read a defense, it'll eventually show up. Yeah, you may be able to run the ball for 800 yards. Brees Hall can catch screens. They'll have something, but eventually, when the game's on the line, if this motherfucker can't read that they're in cover 3 or drop 6 cloud, it's gonna hurt him. So that's the only reason. Like I was wondering why everybody keep passing. I'm like, damn, this guy. He seems. They were like 6. They were 4-2 last year when they benched him. And I'm like, why would you put this guy? And it got to the point where it's like, oh, okay, if you're at practice and you realize he's throwing interceptions every day,
but
maybe you know something that the regular fan doesn't know.
And then they ended up with a significantly worse record than when he was starting. So
yeah, but they play harder teams.
Yeah, I'm still. And there's also no one behind him. I don't even know who the backup for the Jets is.
Nobody does. So it gets people going.
Jacoby Myers, wide receiver 19 PPR last year. He's going wide receiver 39 right now. Juwan Jennings, another sleeper. JJ McCarthy, I'm a huge fan of. He's going 19th overall. I think he ends top 12.
Yeah, I think Sky Moore takes the leap that everybody thought he was. Everybody thought Sky Moore was trash. I think Sky Moore is going to do. Mahomes is going to have one receiver that takes off, and I think Sky Moore takes that leap. And I think Rashee Rice having his little legal troubles. How many games is he missing?
I think at least 4.
Yeah,
but
so
I think I read something recently that they may be able to push it to the next season. So that'll be interesting.
I mean, they already pushed it past this first season. He might fucking retire before they get it. He's like, yeah, I'm retired.
He has to serve 30 days. Like his sentence is 30 days, but he can serve it any time in the next 5 years. He gets to just choose. When would you choose?
That's tough because the football season's in the fall, but you don't want to miss a summer, especially when you're young like that with Rich. So you got to, you got to go ahead and knock out. You got to give up Black History Month.
When's that?
Sorry, the phone never rings and it's ringing right now.
I mean, because you also you don't want to wait too long because I don't know if he has kids, but what if he has kids and he has to go to wait to jail for 30 days? Like that's not good. I think
the first 6 months of a kid's life is just like you're just watching a woman breastfeed. You're just like, you need milk, you need water. I'm gonna run to the store real quick. And so that's the best time. It's been my 30 days in prison, doing push-ups and reading books and shit, becoming a Muslim. Way better than having to spend time watching your woman breastfeed.
I would probably do you don't want it right after the Super Bowl because if they win, then you're partying for I'll do a month after the Super Bowl, so then you can party for a month if they win, and then you can just relax.
You know the best time, honestly. August. Just get rid of a training camp. You don't got to be out there doing 2 days in the hot sun. Ain't nobody mad at you because you're just serving time. You watching film and shit, so you can. And I think August is definitely the best month to do your 30 days if you're gonna do it.
I think it's incredible he gets to pick over a 5-year span. That I feel like I'd rather just be told, no, you're going then. This is gonna be such a. He's gonna spend so much
time in this case, right? He just hitting and walked off, right? Then he walked off like a fucking homer and walk off. He just fucking hit a homer and fucking walked. Well,
I've got a bunch of other sleepers I won't list. I can actually run through. I like Calvin Ridley, Trey Harris, Michael Pittman,
Matthew. You name anybody at this point? You named 60 people. There are these sleepers if you name half the league.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll go into bust. You want bust?
Yes.
I want you to bust.
Oh my God! All these negative gay innuendos you keep putting in here.
You said sleep together.
So Bo Nix is going to take a step back. Bo Nix. I think people like Bo Nix more than they should. Broncos won very close games against. They played 7 backup quarterbacks in their year last year. Sean Payton is a quarterback whisperer, but I just think the Broncos take a step back. I think Bo Nix is going to take that learning curve when people get film on you. That sophomore year slump is very much Bo Nix-esque right now. I'm really not in love with his receiving room. I mean, Courtney's son is dog, but I don't think he really has weapons around him that can make him not suck if he does start to get in his brain. So, if you're taking Bo Nix, be ready to put him on that bench and eventually release him for some backup running back as a handcuff.
I thought about Bo Nix. He was right there on because I just don't like how high he's going. I think he was going like top 6, 7, or definitely top 8. And I think I was just nervous because I was anti-Bo Nix last year, so I don't want to get stung twice and be a double hater, and he screws me over. But yeah, I would think he's being drafted way too high. Um, mine was a big one from last year. He was my number 1 overall pick for bust last year. He was going number 1 tight end overall, even though the year before he didn't finish, like he was 4th or 5th or worse. But Travis Kelce, he's still going 3rd or 4th this year. And last year he ended up outside the top 10. And this year he's going to end up the same thing, outside the top 10. He's lost a step. He turns 36 this year. He just cares about the playoffs, which that's fair enough, as he should, just kind of coast through the regular season. They're going to win 12, 13, 14 games. They're going to be in the playoffs, maybe have a bye. So at this point in his career, he doesn't really care about the regular season. He doesn't care about, the stats. He just wants to be another Super Bowl winner. And yeah, so why people are drafting him 3rd or 4th overall as a tight end is beyond me. He's going to be trash.
It's the paparazzi, man. Your life changes. You know how much energy it takes to put your hand up like this every time cameras is flashing when you leave your house? If he didn't have paparazzi, I think he might still go back to them golden days. But not with Taylor Swift. He got to break up with that bitch to get his game back, man. But that being the case, with Gray, is it Noah Gray is the backup, the other guy? That's a dog. That's my sleeper. He going to ball out this year.
They also drafted a 4th round rookie who's like supposed to be a really good pass catcher. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. You ready for my next bus?
Yeah.
Kalshi Campbell, Arizona Cardinals.
Don't put that hate on him.
No, honestly, I think Puka Nacua takes a step back this year.
He was my number 3.
Oh, we're sleeping together.
Yeah.
No, I think he's had a great 2 years. He's going to go against the top corner now without Cooper Kupp there. I think that Matt Stafford is a good quarterback, but he's already showing back problems and pain. And I think that Sean McVay's system is slowly getting figured out. I think that people are going to draft him 1st round, and I don't think he's going to give you that return. Not saying he's going to be terrible. Yeah, he might get you 800 yards receiving, but I just don't think he's going to be number 1, number 2, number 3 receiver like he'd been the previous 2 years when he's been playing. And I might be wrong. You might take this clip and Puka will be like, fuck you, Jared Quay. But at the same time, thank you for reposting my shit. And you're a bust. You're a fucking bust.
Yeah, I mean, but Devontae Adams is in there. Like you said, Stafford, you kind of have to tie him to Stafford and his health, which Stafford's not getting any younger. He's already hurt this offseason. So it's like Stafford goes down, he's going to be a fraction of the price. He's going top 4 wide receiver, which is insane, especially with Devontae Adams in there. And he's also on the sneaky all-injury team. So the leader of that is Joe Burrow. He's on the sneakiest all-injury team. But Puka Nacua, I think he played like 11 games last year, 17 the year before, then 9, 12, 3, and 8 in college. He's always kind of got nagging injuries. And he plays real physical. So it's not like he's kind of Marvin Harrison ducking out of tackles. He's like trying to go through people, and so he's getting injured more. So I'm with you. Mine, Christian McCaffrey. In the last 7 years, what % of games do you think Christian McCaffrey has played?
I would say probably like 60%.
Wow, 55%. So, which is crazy. Pick, your number. He's been a top 3 pick every single year, every single damn year in the 7 years, and he's only returned back to you like 70% of the time, or sorry, less than 70 because he's missed major chunks of games and that sort of thing. But 4, 15, 11, 6, 17, 7, 3 are the games he's played per season. And that's like, he's ruined over half your seasons. If you've taken
he's not even when he does play, they're not going to give him the volume they were giving because he was getting like 25 carries a game. Now, when he's playing to preserve him from injury, he's only going to get about 15 to, maybe 20 touches a game, which is good still. But you're going to be very touchdown dependent on him. And I think that the 49ers took a step back losing Debo. I think that they're not going to be in the goal line as much as they used to be. I do agree with you that Chris McCaffrey, to me, is a 2nd, 3rd round pick, which he's just not going to go.
Yeah, like literally, he's always been a top round pick, and people just, the only thing that can ruin your entire fantasy season is losing like the guy you paid $80 for in an option or took number 1, number 2, number 3 overall. And that's been him. And over half the time, he's ruined everyone's fantasy season. So sure, he can have a great season, but so can anyone else in that top 4 list, Justin Jefferson or whoever you want. So picking him is insane. If you can get him, if you second, third round, fine. But the risk of taking him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overall is the dumbest thing on earth, I think. And he's 29 this year. And they say that the statistics show that running backs lose a step at 27. So,
yeah, I'm going Ashton Genty.
Ooh,
I think he's a little overhyped. I think the Raiders are going to be bad. They're going to be playing from behind. It's not like he's, to me, I think he had a great season, but he was playing at Boise State, which the competition wasn't great. He did have a good game against Oregon, but even Oregon's defense, as you've seen when he got to the playoffs, isn't as great as people think. I think once he gets to the NFL and he gets that, he's going to start getting hit. Them carries are getting 3 yards a carry. He's going to slow down because they're down. And I just think that people are going to draft him high, obviously, because people are high on him. But I just feel like he's not the rookie back that's going to thrive.
I wanted to be an Ashton Genty hater because, just to your point, like, he didn't play against any competition. Like, you could run for 1,000 yards and his
200 yards against Fresno State ain't shit. Do that shit against Alabama. Do that shit against Georgia, nigga.
And I saw him with like his shirt off. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's like a cyborg. He is like,
well, yeah, you can't pick your fantasy team off your gaydar. You can't just be like, oh, that guy looks like a sexy piece of chocolate, first overall.
So it's my fantasy, Jared. It's my fantasy.
How come your profile picture is just abs, just not sexy abs with sweat on?
I feel like I felt like picking against him, and I also want to pick against Arch Manning from just an all hype standpoint. But then I feel like that's too Skip Baylessy, and so I didn't want to, just hate to hate. But I'm circling it. I've got it down that Ashton Genty maybe isn't as good. Can't miss next Saquon Barkley as everyone has him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be that. He's not going to be that. Not his rookie year. I guarantee you, he's not rushing for no 1,400 yards a rookie year.
The only thing that is going to work against you, Jared, and me for a little bit of hate, but I think Pete Carroll being his coach, I think they're going to take a massive leap as a team, and Carroll loves to pound the ball. So had he gone anywhere else or like 70% of other teams, I would write him off. But here, I think just from circumstances.
Is this the Chris Carson? Like Pete Carroll, Marshawn Lynch has been a running back that's been consistently great. Name me another running back that's been consistently great that he had.
Reggie Bush.
College. That's what we're talking about. College, not the pros. College. College football is what we on here talking about on the Fraser Living podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We were. But he only really had Marshawn Lynch the whole time, right? Like for most of his.
No, he had like 5 different running backs after Marshawn left. They had like 5 consistent running backs, and neither one of them was like great. They would have a couple of good games. Go ahead. I hope you draft Genty. I'm gonna put him up for auction first. That's good. Also, could we mention auction drafts are very much like, is this slave trading? It's very nominate who you want to bid on. That's mine. He's mine. Do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I never thought about it that way. So now I'm going to like it even more. Did we skip my other Christian McCaffrey? Okay. All Jacksonville Jaguar running backs. Avoid them at all costs.
Why?
The interesting thing here is, I don't know how to say it, but Bialshul Tootin is a top sleeper in all fantasy drafts. Like everyone's talking about as a sleeper. When that's been Tank Dell. Since Tank Dell's been in the league, it's been Tank Dell's. He's going to take the reins. Meanwhile, Etienne's still the starter, and he's on a contract year, and he doesn't do anything with it. And then Tank's there, and now Tootin's there. I just think all of them could maybe have a half-decent year between them, but none of them are, one, taking the reins. None of them have shown them to be, like, outstanding, and I just think avoid them at all costs. Unless you can get them at the very end of the draft, kind of like Anthony Richardson. Then go ahead.
Is Trevor Lawrence, how do you feel about him?
I kept on being excited about him, but I don't know. Every year it's like, okay, this is a make or break year. So I'm staying away from Trevor Lawrence at all costs as well.
He just hasn't even shown, like, he hasn't. Most players have that play where they like scramble and they miss a guy and they scroll out and they throw this crazy ball of 1 foot. I haven't even seen any just highlights of him where I'm like, damn, he got it. I feel like he's been so much hype, very little return. And I'm like, I don't know.
I think we talked, like, he might be the all disappointment team. So I think like Ryan Leaf and Jamarcus Russell are the all bust team.
Yeah, he's
not. He's just like the all disappointment guys who are fully hyped. Like he was the most hyped player since Peyton and what's his name with the Colts as well, Andrew Luck. He's by far the most hyped, like 5-star prospect, can't miss. He's the next one. So I think he's leads the all disappointment team currently.
He was drafted the same year as Carson Wentz, right?
Maybe, I guess so. I'm not sure.
I thought it was Trevor. Yeah. And so what I realized is if your quarterbacks are trash in your class, everybody's consistently trash. If everybody's good, everybody's consistently good. That's why Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold picked it up. They saw Josh Allen and Lamar balling, and they was like, oh, we're a good quarterback class. But like Mariota and Jameis Winston, trash. So, yeah.
Always, yeah. That makes sense.
So Trevor Lawrence is in a trash class, so he's going to be
bad. Sam Darnold isn't even on the fantasy sheet. He's like 30th right now, which is insane. But I'm with it.
Now that coach in Seattle is a good coach, but they don't have a lot of weapons.
Who's even the second? Who's the backup wide receiver? Like the second wide receiver on that team? I have no idea.
Didn't they draft a guy? Oh, they got Cooper Kupp.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Jackson.
Do you have another bust before we move on? I only have one more.
Nah, I'm busted already. I came in with 2 pumps. 2 pumps and I'm out.
Yeah. I think DJ Moore, and not because he's going to be really bad. I just don't think he's going wide receiver 18 right now, ADP. I just think that, one, I don't think he's the number one wide receiver on the team. I think Adunze, who's going wide receiver 34, could jump him. So give me Adunze at half the price or less over DJ Moore. And I'm also nervous about the Bears. I think the Bears, Caleb Williams is another one on that Anthony Richardson list. I think last year was too overvalued. Now Caleb Williams might have a half-decent season. Their offensive line is insane. I think it's like a top 3 ranked by PFF offensive line. And they picked
up some offseason. They were terrible last year.
Yeah, they picked up. They had like 4 or 5 pieces on the line, like good pieces.
Yeah, but they got to gel too. Just because you get good people, I feel like the reason why the Eagles line's always so good, they gel together. They understand each other. I pass that off. It's a lot like sex. Just because you have good tools on me, you make it good. You gotta have chemistry, baby.
That makes sense. Like good reference. Well, do you want to get into the league winners? League winners, NFL fantasy football guys that will go outside the first round, maybe even outside the early second. Like guys in the second, third, fourth, fifth should have been in the first, and they're going to win the league for you. Just like Saquon Barkley, was going kind of in the second, or even later, sometimes third. Jaden Daniels was a huge league winner. Other people like that. Who you got?
I got Tracy Jr. out of the Giants. I know everybody loves Cam Scatterboo. They're going to be down. He's one of the best pass-catching backs in the game. And I feel like they're better than people think they are. And I feel like people are going to be on Malik Neighbors. You're going to get Russell, who's going to check down a bunch. Or even, was Dart the quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Russell will start and play. I think Russell Wilson will end up keeping that.
He's throwing check downs, and Tracy's going to get a bunch of catches, and he's going to run and catch off guard. I think that he's one of those players that obviously not going to win a championship, but I think if he catches fire, he's going to be one of the people you want on your team.
Where did he go to school? Do you know much? I always forget about him, anything about him in college or like how well he did.
I don't fucking care.
This is hard-hitting facts from our podcast, our football podcast.
You don't want to know. Who the players. You know who the players slept with and what they majored in and what their GPA was. Can they play fucking football? That's all I care about. Can they play fucking football? Give a damn what you do your off time. If you smoke weed every day and kill dogs, I wouldn't be necessarily proud for you, but I don't give a damn.
Yeah, that's fair. I care if they kill dogs, so let me take that back. On the next, mine is Dak Prescott. I think he's going to be an absolute baller this year. He was going QB 14, so he's like, you can get it for nothing. I think he's going to be in the top 3 or 4 of QBs. In 2023, he was QB 5, 2021, QB 4, and 2019, he was QB 3. You know what that all has in common? Odd years. And this, Jared, is an odd number year. 2025. They can't run the ball for shit. They have, again, just terrible running backs. They took cast-offs from Denver at running back. So, if he can't run in Denver, he ain't running in Dallas. And, I think he's going to ball out. He's got two of the best receivers. He probably has. Who are the two? What team has the best 1-2 receiving punch in the NFL? Is it the Cowboys?
Pickens a dog. I just heard that he does his own thing. So Dak can find a way to reel him in, but CD and Pickens are strong. I think T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are by far the best two.
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson and Addison will be pretty good.
That should be a bet. I wish that was a bet. We can make it on this bet. I think Pickens and CD will have more yards than Higgins and.
You might be right, because I was looking at, so the Eagles lost their whole secondary. All they kept was Cooper DeJean and Blankenship. They lost Slay, they lost CJ, and I think they have just guys back there. And so obviously the Eagles offense is going to score points. Both those guys could get 120 yards that game against them, because they're going to be throwing the ball against. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cooper's nice, but he's a slot guy, and I don't think Cooper versus CD. I'm gonna take CD every time.
Yeah. No, I think that'll be because their defense isn't. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great. So that whole division, I think, will be 30-point games over and over. 37-34, 37-30. It's going to be shootouts.
Yeah, you want to
run the ball. They may be behind a lot, so they'll be throwing the ball a lot. And I read that obviously CD, like you said, is in the slot a lot, and so it's perfect. It's a perfect fit for him for Pickens to be a complimentary outside. Just running streaks, corners. All that stuff. They're a perfect combination.
I like it. I like where we're going.
Yeah. Who do you got for another league winner?
I don't have any more. I'm done.
I have Nico Collins. I think he's going to be top 2 PPR wide receivers in the league. Breece Hall, he was going top 3 overall last year. Right now he's RB16. So I think you can get him mid-round, mid-cost, and he ends up being top 5 running back.
Chuba Herbert. Chuba, how you say it? Chuba?
Yeah, Chuba. He's a good one.
Yeah, because Panthers are going to be better than you think, and he's going to be their ball horse. He's going to get a lot of carries. I think Bryce Young will open it up with him pass game. And so, yeah, that's my league winner.
So there's a thing that I'm sure a lot of people know it, but picking teams or people that are like no one's a fan of the Panthers, so it's easier to get a Panthers player like a Chuba cheaper because he's not, star-studded at XYZ team.
Yeah, Cowboy players go fast.
Yeah. What do you think about Chase Brown? I have him as a potential league winner.
The ball has to go to too many people. He's not going to be a primary focus. I just couldn't imagine. He's not going to be a Saquon Barkley where, you got to get the ball in his hands. They got T. Higgins. They got Jamar Chase. They just got Noah Fant. They got guys on an offense where Joe Burrow is keeping the ball in his hands. Yeah, he may get a couple touchdowns in the goal line, but I just don't. Unless he takes a leap where he's better than all those guys, I just don't see how you have to have the ball in his hands.
All right. Isaiah Pacheco is currently going RB26. He's going to be on every one of my teams. I'm telling you right now.
I'm going to bid him up now, just in our league. Well,
that's fine. I'll go after it more. You'll forget. Other league winners, Garrett. What do you think about Garrett Wilson? Now,
Justin Fields throwing the ball, and he already was, gets angry at things. I'm not high on him. Malik Neighbors, I am though. I think Malik Neighbors is that guy. Yeah. And if Jameis gets in, if they take out Russell and put Jameis in, it's either gonna be a touchdown or interception every time, but that ball is going to him.
Yeah. Who are your favorite fantasy football players this year?
Michael Pittman Jr.
Ooh, I had him on a sleeper.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for Michael Pittman Jr. and Marvin Harrison Jr. Those two are gonna be I like that.
That was gonna be another sleeper I had.
If your daddy's a good NFL receiver, you should be too. So that's it. My running backs are gonna be Chuba Herbert, and I don't want to tell you the other one because you're gonna take it.
Yeah. I like the Marvin Harrison one. I like because last year I was a victim of taking him way too high, but now he's valued so low that I think it's worth going after him.
Yeah. How many leagues are you in, by the way? Because you're a fantasy whore. Everybody's in. You got you in the league, bro. That shit's not even attractive.
I wanted to lose a number of fantasy leagues. I'm not in a ton, but I keep on trying to get out of one, but I'm in it again. And
that's very slutty talk. That's how women are. I don't want to do it with this guy, but I end up doing it.
Yeah. And now I think I'm adding another major one, with a one I used to be I started playing fantasy football in 1996, 95,
Damn, you're a vampire.
and it was with like we used to do on paper, and it was an auction, and like it's in person, so you like put up your hand and there's a timer for a minute. They still do this. It was my brother's league, so he's like 10, 12, 15 years older than me, and he was my uncle, but I call him my brother for those scoring at home. But it's like, so it's all 50-plus-year-old dudes, but we've been doing it. But I quit because they have stupid ass rules. Like, it was just getting too annoying. And I'm
What
like, all
about
right.
punishments? Are you in any league that punish the loser?
Well, I think this league does something, but I think we should do more punishments. Yeah.
Yeah, every time I'm just stand up, sometimes I go to open mic and I'm like, damn, this place is crowded. It's just usually in like August. And it's because whoever lost the fantasy league last year has to do stand up. And so
I
you
wish.
get a bunch of, yeah, it's a real audience of just guys and they're all happy. Because people who come to like shit on their friend are much happier people that want to laugh because they're like, fuck yeah. It's not like make us laugh. No, they're like drunk assholes.
I wish our league wasn't like family members and friends, and because I think you should get kicked out of the league if you get last. Because like there's some people sometimes in our league that like don't pay attention, and it just makes it less fun when people aren't paying attention. You know.
Yeah. I wish that Diddy was still throwing parties so you could be like, you got to go to a Diddy party if you lose.
Ooh.
All baby oiled up. You know, then you'd be like, I got to win, bro. I got to fucking win. Trade me, please. Come on, I got to win this week.
All right. Well, I think that was our fantasy football podcast. You got any other fantasy notes before we take off?
Nah, I don't like talking too much sports. I like just bullshitting with you. This podcast felt a little heavy. Like people, I like the podcast to be something that people can come back and look at and be like, that shit was hilarious. But this one was very much like, just that's a bad take after you know what the outcome is.
Well, I think we do more travel. We gotta get back on the travel horse.
Yeah.
Like,
if you could take a vacation anywhere in the next 6 months, where would you go out of all the places you've been? What's the best place with the most beautiful women and fun things to do?
well, I don't care about beautiful women because I have a lady and I have a child, so I don't even see
If
women.
you didn't have her, Jesus, just talk hypothetically, man. I know she watches
this podcast all the time. All right, we'll do more travel. Fraser LeVay podcast. Jared Quay looks like an uncle without a beard. Come back for more. See you guys later.